PK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And we're coming to you live from McHale Center. The floor here at McHale Center, sitting on the Arizona Wildcats basketball bench. It is Arizona Basketball Media Day. We talked to a number of the players earlier. We've got another one sitting down with us, second year here on the University of Arizona, Jackson Francois. If the name sounds familiar, he is the son of the AD here, Desireé Reed-Francois. Jackson, appreciate you joining us. So 2 years now here at the University of Arizona. What was last year like finally getting settled here?
First off, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Definitely a change of pace with the last name, right? But, no, it was great. We made a Sweet 16, and, hopefully we can build on that this year. Made some great friends. It was awesome. It's one of those experiences you look back in 15, 20 years, you're like, holy cow, I sat right down there when Caleb made the half-court shot. It's pretty awesome. So, it's like I'm living a dream. At the end of the day, that's what it's like. And, so it was really fun.
All right, so now when Mom comes to you and says, we're leaving to go to Arizona, we're leaving to go to Tucson, is your first question well, am I going to be able to play am I going to be able to be on the team there?
All right, so it was a little complicated because I committed to Missouri before she got there.
Was that right? Okay.
And it's the absolute definition of helicopter parenting is that I'm going to college 2,000 miles away. I can't wait, right?
So that's why she went to Missouri.
And now it's like, the day before my senior year, Jackson, I'm going to follow you to college. I'm like, great. That's awesome. And you know what? It worked perfectly. Is what it did, right? We had a rough year the year before I got there at Missouri. She fired the coach I committed to, and but it was awesome. It worked out unbelievable there, and you know what? It's working out really well here. It's one of those experiences, right? I saw the SEC, and now I saw the Big 12. It's something that's really cool, and it was a change, but it was for the better.
So now you went to the high school, Bishop Gorman, in Las Vegas.
I did. What
was that like?
As much as everyone likes to think is IMG Academy, it's not. We do have prom. We do have a real high school. And, what's great is I have a fellow Bishop Gorman Gale here, Jake Lastra, that's a manager out here. So
okay.
I loved Bishop Gorman. I loved Vegas. It's probably where I've lived the longest now. I've moved around. But you know what? It's awesome.
So you categorize yourself as a Vegas kid then?
I do. So my hometown on there, you got the bio pulled up. It does say Las Vegas.
Right. But where were you born?
I was born in Fresno. I've lived in 7 states.
Yeah, right. You're all over the place.
I'm a gypsy. I don't have a hometown. At the end of the day, you might say wherever you're from. No,
I'm from Cleveland, and
from Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm from Cleveland.
Exactly.
That's my town.
Exactly. See, I used to live in Cincinnati, but I'm from America.
You're from America. There you go. We're all from America. We can definitely agree on that. Jackson Francois joins us. So I got to ask you because I'm from Cleveland. I got to know my buddy calls the games for Cleveland State.
Yep.
So I had met Dennis Gates a number of times before he left Cleveland State to go to Missouri. What was that like playing for Dennis?
Coach Gates is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a father figure to me. He's a second father to me, and I'm forever indebted to Coach Gates. And I think about what I do in my daily life is impacted by Coach. And he'll always be Coach to me, and Coach Lloyd will always be Coach to me, and I'm blessed to have both of those. But he's a father figure to me. It's what he is. He's unbelievable as a person. He's unbelievable as a coach. And I'm forever indebted to Coach Gates.
So what was your first impression of Tommy Lloyd then?
You know what? My first impression of him was that, I looked at the roster, and I was like, darn, we're good. We're really good. And B, I was like, what he does in a basketball sense is second to none. He's able to break down the game. He's able to teach the game. He's able to connect with his players, and it's something that, as a transfer, I really appreciate.
So growing up around college athletics, what was that like for you? What did you like about what you saw and the things your mom was doing and the events you would get to go to in all these different cities that you were in? What was fun about that for you?
It was awesome, right? My favorite team changed every couple of years.
Right,
outside of but it was really fun. We got to I met a coach when I was 5 years old in Maui, right? I'm walking, and then I committed to that coach 13 years later as a 17-year-old. So I think those are just those experiences. You're like, wow, you don't want to take it for granted, right? And so I have done my best to like memorize those experiences, whether I was at Tennessee, whether I was at Virginia Tech, whether I was at UNLV. Like, I think those experiences are like, those are my childhood. Is like, oh, I lived through football and basketball seasons compared to years, right? So I think that's kind of the way I put it.
All right, so tell us about your game. Because we get to see you sparingly out there, but what's Jackson's game like? What got him the ability to be able to play on the college level?
I can really defend. I'd like to say I take pride in being an on-ball defender and a off-ball defender. And then I hopefully, depending on the day, I can shoot the basketball all right. And I do my best to bring energy. What my role is to be a walk-on, right? We're not going to play a lot, but you know what? We bring a lot of energy, and I want to make JB smile. I want to make Koa smile. I want to be able to be a positive influence.
What do you think it's like for your mom on game nights? When you're out there and on the floor, is she nervous, Mom, or is she telling you like when you get home, here's what I didn't like you did, here's what you need to do? What's that like?
All right, so one thing about my mom is she doesn't really know
basketball.
She knows basketball.
Okay.
Right? I'm not gonna say the athletic director does not know basketball. I would never say that. But so my dad played basketball. I've been in basketball first. She knows what's good and what's bad. So she's judging my body language. So my first game of college, I airballed my first shot, and you might have thought the world was ending. But you know what? It was she knows. She's probably a little anxious. She's like, oh, it's my kid, right? Like, oh, and she's like, oh, my kid's hair is bad today, whatever. But it's great on that aspect. Is it? She I don't think she's as anxious as I was when I was a freshman, right? I was unexperienced, looked like a deer, literally looked like a 14-year-old, and I think she's calmed down a little bit.
What are you studying here in school?
I'm an applied humanities with a focus in business major, but I really want to go to law school, and so I did an internship at a sports agency at CAA, which I was indebted. Was awesome. It was an unbelievable experience, and then I really want to go to law school and kind of figure it out from there. I think I want to stay working in college sports, which my mom would probably be like, wow, like, you're really going to do the same thing I did? And I'm like, yeah, sorry. Like, yeah, she did a pretty good job at it.
What does Dad do? What's his gig?
So, I don't know if that's a Daktronics scoreboard, but my dad works for Daktronics.
Okay.
And he sells scoreboards, but he worked in college athletics too, and that's where they met at San Jose State. So it's a long time before me, but I didn't say my mom's old on the radio. That'd be mean. But it was awesome. It was awesome.
You're the only child, is that correct?
I'm the only child, so I'm the only child.
I've lived in spoiled, but you're kind of like me, spoiled.
I know. That's you and I. There you go. Yeah, I'm the only child. I've moved around a lot. Got a dog. Got a cat. My mom saved a cat from a casino. It's a long story from a different radio show. She
saved a cat from a casino.
So, we had a radio show when we were at UNLV, and I'll never forget this. I was probably in 8th grade, and she's like, yeah, you guys are at the radio show. So at UNLV, the radio shows are at the casinos.
Right, yeah.
Of course. And she's like, I can't come. I saved this cat and from a drunk guy. And I'm like, what happened? And so next thing you knew, we ended up with a foster cat that became a full-time cat, and he's lived in 3 different states as well. So he really made the best out of his situation.
All right, for those of us that like to go to Las Vegas a lot, what's the one thing that Francois loves to do in his adopted city that we need to do when we go there? Whether it's like a restaurant or something to see, or what do you love to do?
I mean, there's so much in Vegas, right? And you don't have to gamble, you don't have to, but I really like just the Ferris wheel at the link.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool. It's really
never
pretty.
gotten on that. I'm a little bit. I would do that because I don't like the open Ferris wheels, but I would do that because
those are closed.
Yeah,
and then Vegas is a great sports town. It really is. I think the hockey games are great. The food is unreal, right? Any place in Vegas down the strip, it's gonna
Do you have a favorite restaurant? What's your
the Golden Steer is a steakhouse that is probably go for your birthday or something like that. It's unbelievable, but even the little cut-ins, like right off the strip, you're like, wow, like I can't believe I'm standing here right now. They were unbelievable. And I think that's the beauty of Vegas is that as much as touristy as it is that it's a city and like people live there and it gets a bad rap on that aspect.
Are you looking forward to the A's moving there?
So my mom is a huge Oakland A's fan.
Exactly.
Oh, she's from the Bay Area. So her grandmother was buried with the A's cap.
Oh, wow.
She is no longer an A's fan now that they moved out of her hometown. She's not a fan of the Sacramento A's.
I like that.
I was say you lost your football team probably, and so she's not a fan of the Sacramento A's. So when we get to Vegas, we'll reevaluate.
We'll see, right?
But currently, we're Cincinnati Reds fans. So.
Okay. Now I know her brother Roman is very important to her. What's he meant to your life, Uncle Roman?
He's just an inspiration. What the challenges that he goes through every day, you're like, wow, like. I mean, they're unheard of, right? Like, people don't deserve to go through what he deserves through. And what he does is he attacks every day with a smile. And, you breathe and you eat and you sleep and you realize, wow, what he's done with his challenges is just as big as an impact as my mom has made, right? Like, I'm immensely proud of him. I look up to him, and he's someone that I can always call. And I appreciate that for him.
Has he given you any advice that you kind of follow, having been a athlete himself?
Yeah, so he's given me some great advice. He always said to breathe, right? Like, I mean, sometimes you're not on the court a whole lot, right? And you get on the court and you're like, right? Like, so I think that's something that's important. And so he told me to slow down, enjoy the moment, right? I'm playing at Arizona. Like, that's awesome.
What do you think of this new court here?
It's unbelievable. I didn't know green went on a basketball court until I saw the cactus logo. And, I mean, I think they did a great job of the modern-day take on the logo. I'm definitely going to shoot some shots and warm-ups from over there and see if I can make them.
Who's going to have the highest logo percentage on this team?
I hope no one shoots any shots from the logo. I hope we take good shots. That would be that would make me really happy.
How far is it from the edge of the logo here?
I would say that's got to be an NBA 3, like well beyond an NBA 3.
That's probably a good NBA 3. I like the shaded interior.
They did a great. I'm telling you, they did a great job. Thank you to Desert Diamond and making sure that
look at you
we
shouting out the corporate sponsors, man. You know the drill.
I may or may not have been trained for 15 years.
My wife
for
works
this.
at Banner, so I got to shout out Banner.
Shout out Banner.
University Medical Center.
Exactly.
Right,
exactly. But no, you know what? They did a phenomenal job. Like, I mean, it's the best court in the country. It's second to none. Maybe the checkerboard at Tennessee is up there, but like, this is unbelievable.
There you go. Are you doing any of the spinning at the post move party? Are you gonna get out there and get on the wheels?
I have the worst rhythm of all time, and I really hope I don't do any spinning. That would be really bad. I'm gonna make sure, for your sake, for your listeners' sake, for probably everybody's sanity, is that I'm not right there with Shaq.
There you go. Jackson, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us, brother.
Awesome. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Congratulations on being here, and good luck with year 2.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bear down.
Jackson Francois, guard for your Arizona Wildcats. DK on the sports tip. Let's get cricket and getting you home traffic-wise. It's getting maybe ugly out there in some parts of town with the traffic and the weather.